Karen! Karen, are you awake? The 25th anniversary of Herald the Holidays is finally here, and my alarm was set to PM.
Oh, no, Jackie. I hate when that happens. Luckily, I've been up all night. I've been too excited to sleep. It's not every day we get to celebrate the holidays and the children of LASE. I just can't believe it's already been 25 years.
I know! I've been so looking forward to this event. Just getting the opportunity to remember everyone who made Herald the Holidays the tradition it is today is a gift within itself.
We'd better hurry up and get ready if we want to join in on the fun. Mara and kids, can you take it away for us?
Good morning. My name is Mara Springer. I'm the education specialist at St. John's Lutheran School, and these are some of my students. And we hope that we can help you herald the holidays. Merry Christmas!
Bye. Bye. There was a little baby. Oh my Lord, there was a little baby. Oh my Lord, there was a little baby. Oh my Lord, way down in Bethlehem. Way down in Bethlehem. They laid him in a manger. Oh my Lord, they laid him in a manger. Oh my Lord, they laid him in a manger. Oh my Lord, way down in Bethlehem. Way down in Bethlehem. They named the baby Jesus. Oh my Lord, they named the baby Jesus.
Hi, I'm Tom James, and this is my wife Chris. And once upon a time, there was a little girl named Megan James.
Our Megan was a very special little girl. God had great plans for her. Herald the Holidays is only part of her legacy.
Megan was a very happy, loving child. It's like the Bible teaches us in Galatians 3:27. It was as easy for Megan to put on Christ as it was for her to put on new clothes. Maggie was baptized just a few hours after her birth, so she knew Jesus from the day she was born.
But Megan had cancer that left her with many challenges, and we searched endlessly for an educational program that was appropriate for her.
We were looking for a school where Megan would be accepted for who she was. We were looking for a school where the teachers and staff members would recognize Megan's special needs and adapt their education plan so that Megan could learn in a way that was best for Megan. We were looking for a school where the love of Christ was not only taught, but also demonstrated in their philosophy and day-to-day operations.
And we found that school in LASE's program at Salem Afton. We were so thankful. We felt compelled to give back, to help other children have the wonderful opportunity that Megan had. So in 1996, in Megan's memory, we started Herald the Holidays to raise funds for LASE.
You probably wouldn't recognize the first Herald the Holidays unless you were there in 1996. For one thing, there were only 4 people on the committee. Our friends Marilyn Bless and Debbie Wolf, Chris, and myself. In those days, the crowds were a lot smaller, but our venue at Sunset Country Club was very intimate. Some of the things I remember about Sunset Country Club is that they had this dark red wallpaper, and they had red velvet chairs. So we brought in our own decorations and made that first Herald the Holidays event something really festive. That first year, we only raised $5,000 for the organization. But I'll tell you, to us, it seemed like $1 million.
And now it's 25 years later, and God has blessed Herald the Holidays through your participation. Our virtual event last year raised almost $50,000 to help advance Christ's work with these special children. We've seen many of you year after year. It's been great to see another generation added to the fun and new friends They just make it all the better, and everybody's making this event part of their holiday celebration.
Thank you for joining us again as we celebrate the silver anniversary of this landmark event. But you know, it wouldn't be possible without you, our faculty, staff, Herald the Holidays Committee, guests, and sponsors.
So we are praying that next year we can gather together to kick off the holiday season. But for now, please sit back and enjoy this virtual edition of Herald the Holidays.
And now let's hear from Lisa Krentz. Lisa was Megan's teacher at Salem Afton.
My name is Lisa Krenz. I was Megan's LASE resource teacher at Salem Lutheran in Afton. My name was Lisa McLaughlin at the time because it's been a few years. Being Megan's teacher was one of the great joys and highlights of my teaching career. I can still remember the day that Chris James came to my classroom to see if it was going to be a good fit for Megan, and I was just thrilled. I was just overjoyed that Megan was going to be part of our classroom and that I could be her teacher. Megan just lit up the room all the time when she was there. She was fun. She was funny. She had such a great sense of humor. She was clever and bright. She was stubborn, but she worked hard. She loved Jesus, and she knew that Jesus loved her. I think she got a lot of those things from her parents. She came to us with so many wonderful qualities, and I attribute all those to them. They were wonderful parents. Being Megan's teacher taught me many things. Taught me about looking for other ways to do things, a back door in, a different route to go. Taught me about being creative in new ways that I hadn't thought of before. Taught me to be persistent because Megan was persistent. Being Megan's teacher made me think about every single thing that I did with her every day and whether it mattered and maybe whether it didn't matter. Being Megan's teacher made me think every day about the single most important thing to do, and that was to share the love of Jesus every day. And it meant the same for all of our students. It was a good reminder always that the reason we were there was so that our students could hear the love of Jesus, hear that Jesus loved them every day in their school. I keep Megan's picture next to my desk. I have for years and years. I want to remember what I learned from Megan. I want to remember Megan in every teaching situation that I'm in. Our time with her was too short, of course, but I want to find another way when I'm teaching. Let me start back up a little bit. I keep Megan's picture next to my desk at work. I have for years. I want to remember Megan and the things I learned from her. I want to remember to find another way around the situation. And most importantly, I want to remember to keep the most important thing, Jesus. I love that this Herald the Holidays event is in remembrance of Megan. She would have loved this event. She loved a good party. She loved parties in her classroom. She loved parties in her hospital room. She loved parties in her living room. So, no, it seems we didn't have Megan near long enough. But that's not up to us. We trust God in that situation. But look at how the Lord has continued to use Megan all these years through Herald the Holidays to share the love of Jesus in our LASE classrooms and in this Herald the Holidays event. It's just amazing. Megan was pretty amazing, and our Lord's even more amazing. So let's celebrate 25 years of Herald the Holidays and rejoice that we can share the love of Jesus every day in our classrooms.
Phew! I made it. Okay. Welcome, everyone, to the 25th anniversary of Herald the Holidays. It is such an honor to take this opportunity to gather virtually to thank you, our many sponsors, donors, and guests, for partnering with LASE Specialized Education to impact the lives of children with special learning needs.
It was a really tough decision this year to go virtual. And we want to thank you for understanding and for partnering with us virtually to celebrate the kids of LASE. Our favorite part of this event is seeing each of you and sharing a hug. However, the faculty and staff of LASE have continued to pivot as we strive to keep everyone healthy. And we continue to meet each challenge head on to intensify our mission to individualize learning to meet student needs and continue to share the message of Jesus.
For over 60 years, LASE Specialized Education has been an instrument for bringing the love of Jesus to students with disabilities and special learning needs. LASE currently provides special needs education and related services to over 250 students at 18 Lutheran schools in the bi-state area. Hundreds of other students each year benefit from special education consultation, monitoring, one-on-one and small group instruction, speech and language screenings, and educational assessments. LASE represents a cause, not just a program. We are dedicated to reaching and teaching all children, valuing all abilities. In spite of many challenges these past years, LASE has increased services by 25%, growing as a Christian community agency, serving students who learn differently.
Students can thrive once again with support from people like you. Our Herald the Holiday sponsors have generously stepped up and are extending a challenge to each of you. They will match, dollar for dollar, donations up to $20,000, which impacts and doubles your generosity. So let's get started. Okay? Once you register online free of charge, your bid number will generate and the site will automatically record your bids, text you updates, announce your winning items, and generate your final event statement. This site will be open until 6 p.m. this evening. And I'd like to say that it's been such an honor to lead the planning of Herald the Holidays over the years, actually 20 years for me. The best perk of the event has been working with the people, the fabulous ladies of the fashion show committee, talking with generous sponsors and auction item donors, meeting friends and families of our students as they volunteer to model, and of course you, our treasured guests. We consider many of you to be friends both professionally and personally. Through the years, we have together made Herald the Holidays an established tradition that kicks off this blessed holiday season for generations of families and their friends.
After reviewing years of photos, we both come to you with grateful hearts for the years of support from each of you. Together, we have created this holiday tradition and celebration of the legacy of Megan and the thousands of children whose lives have been impacted by the ministry of LASE.
So please join us to take a moment to celebrate our time together over the years. Hopefully, you will see a table of your friends or family, relive a memory, or see a smile from a friend you haven't been able to see for a few years. Happy 25th anniversary, Herald the Holidays.
Hey guys, this is Josh Hatcher. I'm one of the pastors here at Trinity in Soulard, St. Louis, and also the proud father of a special needs little girl, welcoming you to Herald the Holidays 2021 celebration of Christmas and the ministry of LASE here in St. Louis and in the surrounding areas. We're glad you're here. Sometimes you have to wonder who's carrying whom. In Mark chapter 2, beginning in verse 1, there's this great story of Jesus as he goes into the town of Capernaum, the city in which the adult Jesus lives. And he's preaching at a house we can only assume is Jesus' own home. The crowds are packed in and people are spilling out into the streets. There's no way that anybody else could come in and get close to where Jesus is, while all the while there's a paralyzed man in Capernaum who needs Jesus more than anyone knows. He can't get in to see him. 4 of his friends come up with this brilliant plan. They each grab the corner of a mat that the man is lying on and they take it to the roof of the building and they start to dig. You can imagine there's Jesus preaching the paint off the walls as debris is just falling in left and right. It takes a long time to dig through a ceiling. And when they finally do, and the hole is finally big enough, these 4 friends lower their paralyzed buddy, the Bible says, right at the feet of where Jesus is. Jesus forgives the man's sins, which is a life-changing, an eternity-changing thing in and of itself. But after a debate back and forth with some very religious people about whether Jesus actually has the authority to do that, Jesus says this, you have to love it. He says, in order that you might know that the Son of Man has authority on earth to forgive sins, I tell you, get up, take your mat, and go. At first glance, this looks like the story of 4 beloved friends who are carrying the one whom they love to Jesus for healing. But sometimes you have to wonder, who's carrying whom? If those 4 friends are anything like me, maybe anything like you, they're each paralyzed in their own way, whether they know it or not. Each of them stands in need of Jesus, whether they're willing to reveal that to themselves and to others or not. Spend our lives trying to pretend like we have our stuff together, putting on masks, building scaffolding around ourselves to convince other people, to convince ourselves, and sometimes to convince God that while we have friends who need Jesus desperately, we ourselves are doing okay. I have to wonder if the awe of that divine encounter with God did more than just change the attitude, the life of a man who couldn't walk. If it didn't open the eyes of everybody standing in that room, of the friends who that poor paralyzed man had carried himself to Jesus, if it didn't transform their imagination of who God is for them, to stand before God, unmasked, unobstructed by the scaffolding we build around ourselves, to have a divine encounter with God that opens our hearts to the vulnerability that we all, in fact, need Jesus. So we're glad you're here at Herald the Holidays, that we're all gathered here because we know and because we love someone with special needs. Somebody for whom their need for Jesus and for the care of others is obvious. But underneath here within each and every one of us, we stand in need of Christ Jesus. So I have to ask before we get started, who carried you here today? Who is it that's carrying us to the feet of Jesus? Thanks for listening.
Hello, LASE lovers. Happy holidays. Hey, are you in the mood to spend lots of money today? Because you know your money's going to go to a good cause. When I'm down and out, you know where I like to go? I like to go to the park. I love to walk the path I love to meet new people. I love to pet the dogs, watch the squirrels, and it just makes me feel better. I know that my son, who sees his special teachers through the Lutheran High School, feels a lot better after he goes into class and he sees them. He knows he's going to be cared for. He knows he's going to be loved. He knows he's going to have expectations. But when he comes out of there, he feels a lot better about himself. Sometimes when our kids are integrated into a regular classroom, they're not always welcomed or treated the same as other kids. They might be treated inferior or like their ideas don't matter. But when they go into the LASE classroom, they matter. Their ideas matter. Their teachers care. And it really helps build up their self-esteem. I hope today you will feel as proud of the LASE program as I am, and you will be willing to donate as much as you can afford to help our teachers continue to help our children thrive and survive in a world that sometimes isn't as friendly as we'd like it to be. So everybody have fun. Even though we're virtual again this year, we can still spend money. It's never stopped me. That's what my husband tells me. Anyway, have a great time. See ya. Bye.
The LASE organization adds so much to Zion Lutheran School. The experience of learning and growing for each student is so very important to me. LASE adds and enhances those experiences for Emmy and all of our students and many students at Zion. For that, I'm grateful and so pleased to see Emmy grow over the years at Zion, as well as many students throughout the years at Zion. The fun part, that along with LASE to provide a great experience for kids, and really the kids in school provide the joy and energy to us. And for that, we are so grateful and thank you.
My name is Chris Tomlinson, and I am the LASE resource teacher at Zion Lutheran School in St. Charles, Missouri. I've had the pleasure of working with Emmy for the last 6 years. Emmy came to Zion in 3rd grade, and in 6 short months, she will graduate from Zion and move on to high school. My first memory involving Emmy dates back to her 2nd grade year. Her mom, Melanie, contacted Zion in desperate need of help for her daughter. While Emmy was thriving socially at her current school, she was not receiving any special education services. Mrs. Crenshaw, one of Emmy's former and current teachers, reflected on the huge stride that she has made in her learning. As an incoming 5th grader, Mrs. Crenshaw saw Emmy as timid, shy, and quiet, but had a spark about her that she couldn't wait to figure out. Now, after teaching her for 3 years, Mrs. Crenshaw sees that spark as actually God using her and working through her in many ways. Last year, she befriended 2 of my 2nd grade students and would often, and still does, leave encouraging notes for them on the board. That is truly her reflecting Christ's light to build up others. As we reflect on Emmy's journey these last several years, one of my favorite Bible verses comes to mind, which seems to sum Emmy up perfectly. As 1 Thessalonians 5 verse 11 says, "Therefore encourage one another and build one another up, just as you are doing." Her former and current teachers agree that she is most deserving of the honor of LASE Student Ambassador. She embodies one of LASE's goals, to partner with parents to support, encourage, and educate their children so they can reach their God-given potential. While it wasn't always easy or clear what God's plan was for Emmy, He has certainly made it clear that her potential is limitless, and with the support of those around her, and most importantly with God's guiding hand, Emmy's potential is limitless. In the words of Mrs. Crenshaw, God is using Emmy to bless His kingdom.
My name is Melanie Acker, and I'm Emmy's mom. When we came to Zion, our family really was broken. There's no other word kind of to describe it. We were searching for help for Emmy. We'd done all kinds of testing, and we were just at a place where we didn't know what else to do. Well, Mr. Dubrick, of course, was the one who toured us, and right away we felt the culture of Zion. He knew all of the children by name as we were walking around. The love in the building, we just knew that this was a place where God was glorified and this might be a good fit for Emmy. Well, he connected me up with Chris Tomlin, who of course is our LASE representative, and she met with Emmy for an evaluation and spoke with us. It was probably about 3 hours total. And after that time, she knew more about Emmy in 3 hours than where we had been for 3 years. And I walked away just knowing that this was where God wanted Emmy and He was gonna use her. She immediately got us set up with the IEP program to get Emmy tested. And so she began to go through the different steps of help that we needed to discover that Emmy had dyslexia. And her teacher that year, Mrs. Kuhlman, was instrumental in not only being there for Emmy in the classroom, but also for us as a family and just helping us as we were going through that journey and learning how we were all going to walk through this together. We appreciated their proactive approach, not a reactive approach. So every year we were planning for that next year. What could it look like? What could the challenges be? And we were ready for those then when they came. And then finally, just exceptional communication. Again, if there was ever anything we needed, they were there for us. But beyond that, they were always reaching out to us. How are you doing? How are things going? They were always making that first contact. The communication was just off the charts.
Hi, my name is Emmy. I came to Zion in 3rd grade hoping for help with my dyslexia. Before I came to Zion, I was doing other programs, but none of them really helped or made a big impact. But once I came to Zion, I started to see progress. It was still very difficult and very hard, and none of it came easy. But with the hard work, I was able to make progress and see hope. Now, I don't have to randomly guess words with my spelling. Now I'm able to use the skills that Miss Tomlinson has given me, such as finger tapping, where I can sound out the words. Once I started to be more confident in my reading and writing, I started to see confidence in my social ability. I was more confident and able to talk to people. But the main reason I did so well in this program is Miss Tomlinson, and the Zion staff. Every single one of my teachers have helped me through the years. Miss Tomlinson also didn't just help me with reading. She's always helping me with anything, not just reading. If I need help with a subject like math, she'll always be there to help. Without her support and encouragement, I don't think I would be where I am today. I no longer need specialized English or literature, and for reading, the requirement, I'm able to meet it and beyond. I'm so thankful to her and the LASE program.
Thank you, LASE, for the services you provide.
Hello, I'm Jane Wilkie, and Herald the Holidays greetings from my home to yours. Today we're going to talk a little bit about being blessed dressed. And part of that is because for 25 years, Herald the Holidays has been blessing the Lutheran Association for Special Education, who in turn bless the children and the families that they serve. For many of these years, the fashion shows that have been part of Herald the Holidays have featured models that actually were some of the children served, along with their mothers and their grandmothers and their special friends. They, of course, were best dressed because they came in the perfectly chosen outfits with the best ever accessories. But I would say that before they even were best dressed, they walked those runways as blessed dressed. So how do we become blessed dressed women? Let's look at Colossians chapter 3, verse 12 for the answer. Therefore, as God's chosen people, holy and dearly loved, clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. Bear with each other and forgive whatever grievances you may have against one another. Forgive as the Lord forgave you. And over all these virtues, put on love, which binds them all together in perfect unity. So let's take just a moment to focus on each of these virtues: compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, patience, forgiveness, and love. We could spend the entire day talking about each one of these, but instead I chose to share with you some quotes that others have written or said about these 7 virtues. The first is compassion. Compassion means looking beyond your own pain to the pain of others. Another person wrote, compassion is doing something for someone who can never repay you. In this day and age, we have many opportunities to exhibit compassion, When I was also looking for quotes on compassion, I discovered Bible verses that speak those words. And in one of the translations, I read tender heart in place of compassion. So compassion means softening that heart, reaching out to others in tenderness, looking at their needs before looking at your own. The second virtue is kindness. We often hear about kindness and we talk about random acts of kindness, for example, paying kindness forward toward others. But the quote that I found that I feel speaks the most truth is one by Mark Twain. He writes, kindness is a language the deaf can hear and the blind can see. So to really exhibit kindness, it is not about us. It's always about the other person. And it can be seen and it can be felt. The next virtue is humility. Recently in a sermon, our pastor shared this quote, and it just spoke to me so much that I just think of it often. He was referring actually to the fact that humility is often looked at as a sign of weakness. It's misunderstood, just like the word meekness. But he said, humility does not mean thinking less of yourself. It means thinking of yourself less. What better example of that do we have than in Jesus Christ, who humbled himself to become man, to become a person, to experience everything we experience, and yet to live that perfect life free of sin, something you and I can never do. But in true humility, he thought of us more than thinking of himself. He drank from that cup. He took that punishment that was really meant for us. He took it to the cross so that we might experience true forgiveness. What a wonderful model of humility for all of us. The next is gentleness. Again, often misunderstood as weakness. But all of the quotes seem to focus in on the fact that to truly exhibit gentleness comes from a place of strength. Here's one that reads, only the weak are cruel. Gentleness can only be expected by the strong. Next, we have patience. We often just think of patience as things like having to wait in line and getting irritated instead of being patient. But patience actually goes beyond waiting. Patience exhibits itself in how we treat others and how we live through our own experiences. And one quote said, patience is choosing to control your emotions rather than letting your emotions control you. We have forgiveness next, one that is really the hardest. In the Colossians verse, we read, forgive others as Christ has forgiven us. But that can be very difficult. It is hard to let go of those experiences and those hurts. We often hear people say forgive and forget, and we misunderstand thinking that forgiving means that we are absolving a person of what they did for us, when in reality, forgiveness is letting go of the pain that that particular experience can have a hold on, can continue to affect us. Forgiveness is actually releasing a prisoner when that prisoner was actually us. And so the quote that I chose to share with you today is, not forgiving is like drinking a poison and then hoping the other person dies. What I mean by that, and why I share that quote, is for us to just really take a look inside ourselves, to think about those people for whom we might be holding a grudge, or we might be holding on to some anger and bitterness, and acknowledging that not forgiving them is actually harming ourselves more. We don't forgive others for the sake of that other person. We forgive them for our own sake, and realizing that there's nothing anyone can do that is more egregious than when we sin against our Heavenly Father. And if He could send us His own Son for the sake of our forgiveness, then through the Holy Spirit, we pray that we can forgive others. Finally, it's love. The very best quote I could find comes from 1 John 4, verse 19, and it's very simple. We love because He first loved us. May we all look to the Holy Spirit to fill us with the faith that seeks to clothe ourselves in compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, patience, forgiveness, and love. And let us not fall into the trap of thinking that it's an if-then proposition. If we do this, then we will be blessed. No, it's a because, therefore. Because of what Christ has done for us, therefore, we want to walk as blessed, dressed women. And now I introduce Chico's for tips on becoming best dressed women. Thank you. And let's all walk as blessed dressed women.
Hello, friends of LASE. I'm Betty Schlee, a member of the LASE board and part of the Herald the Holidays committee, here to welcome you to this year's fashion show. We're at Chico's in West County Mall and have enjoyed seeing all the lovely new things they're getting in for the holidays. So whether you want something special for a holiday gathering or just fun jeans and tops to meet with friends, Chico's has some great new looks. Modeling for us this year is a trio of teaching sisters. Andrea, who works in early childhood at Zion St. Charles, Suzanne, now retired but previously taught at CCLS, and Michelle, who is our LASE teacher at Lutheran High School North. So a shout out to all their friends, family, and students. We have had wonderful assistance from the store manager, Max, who is going to give you a little more information about what they're wearing.
Hi, I'm Max. I'm the assistant at Chico's here at West County. I've been with the company for 19 years. It's a great company to work for. I've had a lot of fun. Love the clothes. Love helping girls look great and feel good about themselves. That's what Chico's is all about. So happy that the sisters are here. And Betty, thank you so much for choosing us here at West County to help make your 25th anniversary event a success. Okay. Our first model is Michelle. She's wearing this lovely reversible fringe ruana. It's machine washable and it's made of wool, but it's so soft, it's not itchy at all. And she's paired it with this beautiful no iron blouse and this great majestic blue color. And today we've got the Scattered Stones pull-on jean, which is a wonderful so slimming jean, and it's got just a little bit of sparkle on the bottom. Very, very versatile. You can wear that with just about anything. And it's got the pull-on pant with a no tummy control. Just very easy and comfortable. Don't you feel great?
Wonderful.
That's great. Okay. Hi, Andrea.
Hi.
You look lovely.
It's great to be here.
Yeah, you got one of my favorite new tops on. You're just ready to go from the office to a party. The chain collared tunic is wonderful. We've got these wonderful details on the cuffs. They're just beautiful. Very easy care fabric. A nice long look with the slits so it doesn't square you off at the bottom. Just a beautiful drape. And today we have it with the Bridget pant. And they have the gold detail on the leg as well. And those are a pull-on pant. And some beautiful jewelry and just nice little diamond-like earrings. And that necklace is adjustable, so she could wear it up a little bit higher or a little bit lower with whatever you choose to put it with. Just lovely.
Yes, feels very comfortable.
Looking great. You've got the notch collared sweater on. It's such an easy, comfortable sweater. It's not structured at all. It's just nice and stretchy. It gives, it's washable, just wonderful. Comes in petite and regular. And we've got the Touch of Cool t-shirt with it and a girlfriend ankle jean. Very nice bit of stretch in there. But this star piece jacket is just a very versatile thing to add to your wardrobe. You can dress it up or dress it down. Just love it. And this great necklace is just a stunning piece and it just really lights up your face. Gotta love it. Okay, back to Michelle. Michelle has got this great houndstooth Ruana. It's just wonderful. It's reversible, so it's a little lighter on the other side. Black and white is right with just about anything. You can put a pop color with it. But today we've chosen to wear it with a no iron pipe trim shirt, which is an awesome piece. Comes right out of the dryer, perfect, ready to wear. It's a nice length. We've got it paired with the traveler's pant today, which is a very easy cure item. We're very famous for our traveler's line, and we just love it. So comfortable, isn't it?
It's lovely.
Yeah. You just look great.
Jammies.
This beautiful Ruana, I just love it. You can put a great turtleneck with it. It's just ready to go. You can scrunch it up and really wrap it around your neck and, you know, get really cozy. Yeah, just love it. Thank you, Michelle. Andrea's wearing one of my most favorite pieces. If she wasn't wearing it today, I'd be wearing it. I just love Velvet Burnout. This is one of our Traveler's Line pieces. So you can wear it and feel comfortable and know that it's not going to wrinkle. It's just such a feel-good, luxurious fabric. I love Velvet Burnout. It's just wonderful. It's one of our Screaming Chico's items that we've carried for many years, this style fabric. We've got it today with a contemporary tank that is just a great silky, buttery feel, very comfortable fabric, and it's a nice light look. You could also put a turtleneck under this if you wanted to make it a little more cozy. And today we've got the girlfriend jeans. These are the full-length girlfriend jeans, which are just a little bit tapered on the bottom, but not a boot cut or anything, just a nice, long, lean look. And we've chosen some nice, simple jewelry because obviously we've got this beautiful star piece you don't have to overdo. Thanks, you look lovely. Suzanne. You look awesome. This is a look of mine too. Suzanne's wearing our classic traveler's dress. Again, it's that same great fabric that we're famous for. It's a 3/4 sleeve, a perfect length, can be worn with any type of shoe. You can dress it up, dress it down. We've got this funky kind of fun look going on now with my favorite color, animal print. And the hat is a wonderful bolero with a faux leather trim on it and the striking necklace. It's just a fabulous piece, all of it. There are 3 standalone pieces. You can mix and match if you choose to purchase any of these with your wardrobe and just go with a number of things. But this traveler's dress has been featured 20 years ago with Chico's, and it's going to be timeless for your wardrobe for the next 20 years. Michelle is wearing this wonderful peacock print kimono. It's a great whimsy pattern with a beautiful peacock design, real yummy, wonderful, comfortable fabric in the jasper color, and the microfiber contemporary tank in the jasper as well. And we've got it paired with the traveler's pants, so it's just a comfortable, wonderful outfit. Really, you could go to a party with it. You can pair it with a pair of jeans, pull-on jeans like I'm wearing, and a pair of boots. It's just a beautiful, beautiful holiday feel-good fabric. We just love it.
If you want, give Max a call, 314-965-5040, and she'll set up a time for you to come in with a couple of your friends and do the same thing. It's great. We thank all the staff at Chico's for all their support and putting all those clothes away. So if you want some great new looks, come shop at Chico's. Thank you, Chico's, and look for a Chico's item in the auction. Go bid, everybody.
We want to once again thank this wonderful organization for choosing Chico's here at West County. We had so much fun dressing, and this Three Sister competition was just wonderful. They all look great, and they're all wearing things that they're very comfortable with, but they're very versatile items that can be worn a multitude of ways. They're just stunning, and I've had so much fun doing this for you, and I hope you have wonderful success. Again, we've got our Chico's girls here. If you call us at that phone number or sign up for our Style Connect for the store's website, we'd appreciate you coming in, and we'll be happy to help make you beautiful for all your occasions. Thanks again.
Hi everyone, my name is Elaine Smith, and I'd like to welcome you to Herald the Holidays. LASE has been a tremendous help to our family, and it has impacted thousands of families since its inception in 1956. Ours is a 3-generation LASE family. I came to St. Louis to teach first grade at Green Park Lutheran School in 1973. Back then, we didn't have a resource room, so if a child struggled, generally, they would be referred to the special school district for testing. And sometimes they had to leave Green Park if they wanted that special help with academics. For their parents, it was an agonizing decision because they desperately wanted to help their children, yet they also wanted a Christian education. Fortunately, by the time my children went to Green Park, there was a resource room. Our son Philip benefited greatly from the help that he received from Mrs. Jan Sabalka. Our daughter Mindy hit the jackpot. She worked with Mrs. Sabalka, then Miss Jennifer Farnham, and then at Lutheran South she worked with Debbie Davis. Because of these wonderful teachers, Philip and Mindy, now 38 and 32, both have the skills to lead productive lives. As parents, we know that the decision that we make on behalf of our children affect them not only academically, but emotionally. Imagine leaving your class behind and walking down the hall all by yourself to the resource room. Mrs. Sabalka asked Mindy to pick up a younger child along the way. It gave her confidence, and it earned her an award for kindness that month. And Debbie Davis recognized Mindy's hard work with a special award at the Academic Assembly at the end of the year at Lutheran South. I will never forget the cheers and tears from her classmates and their parents. I said 3 generations. Now my grandson, 9-year-old Mason Aubuchon, works with Mrs. Sandy LaDuca at Green Park. He says she's fun. We are thankful, so thankful for all of these teachers who serve with a heart for children and a heart for Jesus.
In 1984, I joined the staff of Special Lutheran classes. I have watched it evolve from Special Lutheran classes to Lutheran Association for Special Education, and now LASE Specialized Education. Although it has changed its name, and sometimes its approaches, one thing that has remained the same is the love for children and their families. LASE is part of a team, the same team that you as supporters of Herald the Holidays are a part of, giving hope to families, unique learners, and more importantly, the children themselves. I've been blessed to watch the growth of these children into adulthood. When they come back to visit me, they do not talk about the curriculum or the approaches that were used to help them. Instead, they express their appreciation for feeling accepted, for being given a safe place to be themselves, to share their feelings, their heartache, their dreams. They and their families are thankful for the hope that was given to them. These children have grown up to feel successful in all walks of life. They are baggers at the local grocery stores, welders, cooks, carpenters, auto mechanics, hairstylists, engineers, paramedics, police officers, business owners, electricians, piano renovators, and some are even serving our country in the military. But most importantly, they are our kids, and you are part of the team that has helped raise them. Herald the Holidays is a generation of success stories. Thank you for your continued support for the kids.
I don't know about you, but I'm already feeling the Christmas spirit. And I am so humbled by the stories of our LASE students and families, and proud to advocate for solutions to their challenges. There is such a joy in giving, don't you think?
I agree. And I am touched by the incredible amount of support that we have received from our board, faculty, sponsors, and donors. Thank you for realizing that the need for specialized education has grown during this challenging time, and for stepping up even more with your generous support. We invite all of you to join us to make an impact on God's children. So please take a moment to consider your level of participation and put your Christmas love in action with a bid or a donation. The event site will remain open until tonight at 6 p.m. And remember, your bid is for the kids. Once again, here's a big thank you to each of you. We wish you God's blessings on your Christmas from the incredible kids of LASE. See you and your smiles next year. Happy Herald the Holidays.
Jingle bells.